Hello, and welcome back. So, in this episode, I decided to pull out a commission I did earlier this year. It was the guy requested the characters from World of Warcraft in a heavy metal band. As a metalhead myself, it was a no-brainer. So anyway, I'm not much of a World of Warcraft fan when it comes to the game, only because I never had time to play it. I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to anything other than doing artwork. So in this sketch, once again, this is a painting that was turned into a sketch that was turned into a painting. And yes, I did put a lot of detail into the sketch. So in the sketch, roughed everything out. Now I'm going back and doing all my detail work and shadowing. Did I skip on the shadowing? Maybe a little bit. Whenever I bring something from sketch to painting, I'll leave a lot of the rest of the shadows for when I go back with color. And but enough of that. Let's check out the detail. So in the face, you can see like it's easier to go ahead and create detail with paint if you have an accurate roadmap, and that's what the sketch is. It's a roadmap. So you want to put as much into it as possible because you're going to be referencing it while you're doing your painted work. So you can say I'm putting detail, I'm putting textures into the horns and stuff like that. Next, we're going to be working on muscles and gauntlets and all that good stuff. And if you notice, like I've mentioned in past videos, that what I do instead of using blue line, I use an extremely hard lead to go down with my roughs. And while I'm doing my detail work, I usually go back and erase a little bit to kind of clean it up as I'm going. It helps you visualize everything while you're doing it. And just to mention, Preston Asevedo on Instagram, Art of Preston Asevedo on Facebook, Preston Asevedo on Patreon, and at Nikki the Pipe on Twitter. So we're doing hair here. I don't, like I told you before, I don't take hair too seriously. You kind of want to get the basic outline and go back and just put the striations in where they go at. Okay. A little bit of armor. The lead that I'm going back with is an extremely soft lead. It's a 2B lead. It's kind of hard to find, to be honest. Sometimes you can find it at Office Depot, but most of the time you have to get it from an art store or order it off eBay or something like that. When I'm doing commission sketches at shows, I usually use a HB, like a middle of the road type of lead. And there you can see I'm throwing in some shadows. Nothing too hard. I'm leaving it open for change. And this is another thing I need to mention. Whenever you're doing backgrounds, before you even start to do a background or a figure or anything, it's easier if you just go ahead and grid out the whole page. Pick a perspective and grid the whole page out. It takes maybe 30 minutes, but it will save you hours when you're doing the final version. Because you don't have that guesswork anymore. Like everything's right there in front of you. And it also helps when you're doing the character too, because you get the angle of the character correct. Like whether it's going to be a worm's eye view, bird's eye view, or standard. Now, one thing I have to mention is on the drummer. Keep an eye on the sketch to the final paint when it peels away. And one last time, if you're getting anything out of this, please feel free to donate to my Patreon or become a patron. And I always have like a lot of extras involved in that. Also, Preston Asevedo on Instagram, Art of Preston Asevedo on Facebook, and at Nikki the Pipe on Twitter. All right, there's the sketch. Keep an eye on the drummer. And there's the final. The commissionee actually had me change his drumsticks to his swords in the end. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.